Hello, Periscopers. I'm going to figure out how to share this and so we can keep going today. Hello, D. Bundy. Sorry if I missed other people coming on. You're going to catch me in my kitchen. Hello, Ms. ARW. While I'm prepping dinner, so it's a little sideways for a second. And of course, my knife is not in my hand, so come with me to get the knife. It's on the wall. It's good to see you all. I'm a couple moments late again, but I'm working on it. Hello, P. Hicks, TB, Prockin. Thank you for joining us. Getting dinner ready. I wish I could figure out how to make a dinner my kid would eat. Hello, Dario Aris, who's joining us. That didn't require turning the oven on because it's toasty out here, although cooling off a little bit. Broke down and turned the AC on because it was just hot. So this is not a cooking show. NABT, thank you for joining us. I won't spend too much time talking about cooking. I'm just, oops. Yeah, great. Yeah. Sorry, I'm here. I'm back. Dropped something. Hi, Chevy Guy. You'll hear me chopping some vegetables. Hi, Mido1. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Ford and Volfo. Oh, Volfo. Thank you for the hearts. I feel the love. Please feel free to share with your followers or share on Twitter or Facebook. If you're on hey, how are you, Ford Fusion? Hawari, hi, how are you? Chris, hey. Adam, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. We'll get started in just a moment. Again, you'll hear me chopping vegetables. If you saw, hello, thank you for joining us, Tarantino. Adam, hello. Hakan. Oh, hi from Italy. Wow, thank you for joining us from Italy. I am honored and excited that you're here joining us from Italy. Talking about my cooking. I don't eat meat, so it's going to be all vegan. Hello, Alex. Hi, good to see you. I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Monica A. Coleman, and I am a professor of religion, and I'm based in Los Angeles, California, and I am the author of the forthcoming book, Bipolar Faith, A Black Woman's Journey with Depression and Faith. And I just kind of come on Periscope and thank you, and answer the questions that I get asked the most when I travel and speak, and that is, people ask me what are my spiritual practices and how do I live faithfully with a depressive condition. And so today the topic I put up there to talk about today, just for a moment, is in order. And I come from a fairly liturgical tradition. I am ordained clergy in the AME Church, which stands for African Methodist Episcopal. So we have Episcopalian ways, meaning that we do have liturgies and an order of worship that you can generally find in almost any AME church in the world. You'll find some of the same elements. And so one thing that you may often hear in an AME church and other churches that are Episcopalian are that we like, there's this phrase about things being done decently and in order, which is a way of kind of wanting to have the service organized, not go too long. So many of our churches have kind of high church elements. And so I thought that for some traditions, it really matters to kind of the order of worship and how you kind of put things in order. And, today I don't know if I call it a spiritual practice, but one thing I was doing, I was sitting down with my financial planner and kind of planning out what my future looks like, and that for my family and the things that I should do now to prepare and put things in order. And, oh, wow, thank you for joining us from Paris, too. And so I thought, well, hey, when you live with a depressive condition, it doesn't mean you're necessarily a high church person or you like a lot of liturgy. It could be that you are from traditions like Baptist or congregational styles or Pentecostal traditions that have much more charismatic worship services where you depend on the Holy Spirit to move within the service. And so the order that's set out is more of a rough outline as compared to a starting point, then this is how the service is going to go. But when we live with depressive conditions, it's really good and important to take the times when you feel well to put things in order. And I'm not saying like what happens if you die. I'm talking about even just putting in place your support systems. Like it's great to do that stuff before you actually need them. So when you need them, that they're there. Whether that means therapies or in doctors or friends or just, I remember reading this book shortly after I was diagnosed. This was the early 2000s. And one of the things it said to do was like, let your close friends know what to do if you're not feeling well and if you're really struggling. Like, who do you want them to call? What should their first steps be? At what point should they call the hospital? And you should make these decisions when you're feeling well and when you're feeling strong and kind of put those things in order. And yeah, it's a little scary and it's a little creepy sometimes to say, hey, what happens? And it's great if you don't even need it. But I think it's important for us to think about those things cognizantly and consciously. You know, how can I put things in order? Like, at what point do my friends know? All right, when I say this, don't argue with me, just call 911. Or if I do this, or if I show these signs, or if I say this, I just need you to come by, or I might need such and such. Like, what are the things that you need for the times when you're not feeling as well and when you're not feeling strong? And I think it's a spiritual discipline. I think that there's a reason why, you know, even in churches that are not liturgically driven in the same way as like the AME church is, or Episcopal churches might be, or even some Methodist churches might be, or either Eastern Orthodox might be. There's still this sense that we have an order for how some things are done. There's a way we do baptisms, a way we do marriages, we have liturgies, we have rituals, right? And we have the sense that this is something that's important to do. That there are times, you know, even like Ecclesiastes says, you know, there's time for this, a time for that. And many think there's a time for order and a time for when things don't have to be in as much order. And so I think it is a real spiritual practice, and a way of living faithfully is to prepare for the times when you might not be as strong. I really love a phrase I used to hear in a song when I was in college about when I am weak, I am strong, right? It's in my weakness that I am strong. And I've definitely seen that, like even in the places where I feel weak, there is still strength there. But I think part of what makes us weak and our strong in our weakness is being able to make some decisions and make some plans when we're strong and when we feel well and when we feel healthy, to know that it may not always be this way. And this is what I want. This is what I know I will need. These are the things that work for me. And to put those kinds of things in order, to write them down, to tell your closest friends, to tell your loved ones and your partners, this is who I am, I know myself, this is what I need, this is who you should call. So I just wanted to share that, and I think that that's an important way of living faithfully. Depressive condition is the way we honor ourselves, honor our whole selves, honor ourselves before God, we're true to ourselves, and involve the community and our loved ones in our care, which is also super important. So that's what I wanted to share today. I hope you enjoy this. The book Bipolar Faith comes out July 1. I think if you pre-ordered on Amazon, they should be shipping it out in the next day or two. I have a copy in my house now. You can grab it at Barnes & Noble, order at any of your local independent booksellers. Again, my name is Monica A. Coleman. I am a professor of religion. I'm based in Los Angeles, California. And I am the author of the soon-to-be forthcoming Bipolar Faith, A Black Woman's Journey with Depression and Faith. If you've enjoyed this, feel free to share it on Twitter, on Facebook. Just use the hashtag Bipolar Faith, and you can keep track of me. You can find me and continue this conversation. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow at 4:30, roughly 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. So thank you for joining, and I will talk to you all later. Blessings.